What's good? It's Music Nick, Kick Up Series episode 398. Today I want to make a 24kGoldn Eldorado type beat, his new album, like a KBeazy 24kGoldn type beat, some like top of the top, whatever that for like the opening song is on it, that shit's hot. But I also just want to talk about something real quick on the intro. Be careful going on like Twitter and shit, just social media, especially like fucking producer Twitter and shit. Like, you never know if someone's trolling, they're being serious, if they're what, you don't know what the fuck people are saying. If they're trying to fuck with you, if they're trying to lead you the wrong way, I don't know. It's a weird place. You gotta suss out what the fuck people are trying to do. The reason I bring it up is because I was just like scrolling, like I shouldn't have. But I saw someone saying something like, yo, anyone else just like feel like shit when they're not like cooking up beats and stuff? And I don't know, that's something I feel a certain type of way about, especially over the like last year, as I've really started to like, I don't know, I think my mind's maturing and I'm really starting to like figure out my way in life and try to be the person I want to be. And I think like I really just learned that like you gotta make like decisions that just like make yourself feel good about yourself, and every time you make a decision that like makes you feel good about yourself, makes you a better person, you just like gain self-confidence and just gain the ability to continue doing that moving forward. And so I guess in response to people who are like, yo, I just like feel like shit when I'm not like cooking up beats, I think it's important to maybe look at the greater scope of life, and rather than like having all your goals wrapped up in music, of course it's important to like grind super hard, like have a goal and like go and achieve it. And it takes a whole lot of work to achieve something of a goal that's that big, so you need to like go crazy. But I really think for your like your own mental health and just like the long run, especially if you're just like a teenager and like you're already thinking that way and you're like, damn, all my happiness and anything is like derived from like grinding toward this goal, I'd maybe rethink that goal a little bit and not change it completely, but maybe incorporate more into that goal. And like I really found over the past year, like my goal is really becoming like not just being like the best producer I can be, but a part of that being like try to just be like the best person I can be. So I've been like really focused on fitness. I've been damn near spending more time on like my fitness and like learning to cook better and eat healthier and like getting vitamins and supplements, and just I've been like so focused on shit like that, where then I'm like, I don't know, my days are just like full and I'm damn near doing more shit outside of music than I am in music. But I think I'm making like the best music I can, just because like I just feel really good about it. I'm just trying to be like the best version of myself every day rather than like the best producer I could be every day. So that's really my main point right there, is if you're really like feeling like shit when you're not cooking up, then, well, hey, here's another. I've also been listening to mad like really nerdy podcasts like about like, I don't even know, mostly about like the brain and shit. And the most main thing I've learned recently, whether it's growing physically or growing like mentally, a skill, anytime you're trying to grow a skill or muscle or anything, the main time you grow is in your rest. So like you gotta put in really hard focus on music, but then along with that you have to take a step away and let your like brain, like, yeah, here's a quick thing that I learned. Basically, if you want to get better at something, the key is making mistakes, grinding and making mistakes. And it makes sense because everything in our brain has like a neuron telling us how to do it. We got neurons in our brains telling us how to write melodies in FL Studio and like use FL Studio and everything. So the only way to get better at FL Studio, making melodies and stuff, is by fucking up. Because the way our brain works is it's only going to try to fix something if it's wrong. So the more we like make mistakes about things, it starts triggering our mind to start fixing it. Like if you go to school and like you do something really embarrassing, you're not gonna make that same mistake twice because your body feels that. So like if you start making mistakes, your body's gonna feel that. It's gonna like trigger these like neurons to wake up and start changing. That's how you're gonna get better. But then it requires you to then take a step away and let your brain rest, because when like the recovery and that shit, that's when you really grow. Same thing when you're working out, you need to incorporate rest days or you're never gonna grow. You're just gonna be exhausted all the time. So yeah, that's my rant about, you don't necessarily need to be the greatest producer in the world directly. Be the best version of yourself, improve yourself every day, and those goals will come along with it, and I think you'll be a lot happier in the long run. So yeah, that's my 2 cents on that after just like reading producer Twitter and shit. Let's make this fucking beat. I've been talking too long.
One last piece about my rant. Take everything I say with a grain of salt too, because I'm not the end all be all. I haven't reached my musical goals yet. I have a lot of shit that I still want to do. So to say that I know everything about achieving your goals would be a lie. But what I can tell you is that like I don't know, I've been like working towards my goals for a long time, and I've just like found myself this year in like the happiest place I've been, taking the most responsibility over my life, but like that's giving me like the most happiness, and just like grinding and like just doing things that make me feel good about myself. So I'm very happy with where I am, but like my journey, and like there's nobody except for me who decides what I do every single day of my life for the past like year and a half. So I'm not where I want to be yet, but I'm doing exactly what I want to do. So yeah, I guess just like really make sure you're like really working towards the goals you want to work towards in totality, and not just like making beats. I think the BPM of that song is actually just 140, so we'll just keep it at 140. And knowing KBeazy probably use some like one shots or some shit. I know he fucks with the one shots a lot, so maybe let's just find like a clean little like one shot something. Hey, maybe this is like, let's write this in a major key. Copy paste this up an octave. If you're watching my videos and I've been fucking a lot with Effect Track lately, making a lot of like presets and shit, so let's just like grab one of those. Bouncy World. Let's get this shit a little crazy. Let's maybe just grab these bass notes, layer them up an octave below, you know, just typical shit. And then maybe even like grab the top thirds, put those up an octave, you know, nothing original at all, just shit people do all the time. Like 1.5. That's better. Master Effects. We got our final sample right here. that's not how like the 24kGoldn song goes, but I don't care. This is my beat. KBeazy, KBeazy, Inspired Type, BPW, watching, comment, like, subscribe, producerplace.net, go peep that shit if you want more samples like this one. Yeah, until next time, here's a final beat, peace.